All right, we're gonna do a little developmental movement preparation. So, find a solid surface that you feel comfortable lying on. Lie down on your back and feel your diaphragm, your transverse diaphragm, is aligned with your pelvic floor, is also aligned with your cervical diaphragm, kind of like your chest and shoulders, and your cranial diaphragm. And if you don't feel this, you can go ahead and get some kind of support, maybe a little pillow for the back of your head if your shoulders and chin are up. From this position, inhale, feel the expansion of your abdominal wall 360 degrees around, and then maintain this support, that expansion. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms face each other. Use your eyes to see out and fully open to all in your visual field. And then just flex your knee towards your chest and put it down. Nice and easy at first, feeling the support of the core, maintaining alignment of the spine. Shoulder blades are connected to the ground. And your hip bone, that nice round top of your femur, is moving, easily gliding inside the hip socket. And bring your legs in, both of them together, and then just easily take the legs out to 90 degrees and flex them back in. 90 degrees, knees over hips, feet out from the knees. Toes are dorsiflexed, but you don't have to crank them back. Don't squeeze your knees together. Allow the knees to be slightly open. I'll show you that view from here. You can almost see that if I had lasers on my knees, they would sort of point outside of my elbows. They're not squeezed together. This helps the hips work as one unit. Now, if you need to take a little break, get your core back working all together, go ahead and do that. And then we're going to come right back to 90 degrees hip flexion. Triple flexion is what I like to call this. 90 degrees hips, ankles, knees. And then you're going to make a circle with one leg. Just the femur, teeny tiny circle, one direction, and then the other way. Just the femur moves. Watch out, you're not wagging the lower limbs. The goal is partly the circle and partly the stability required to do the circle. Just a couple circles each way, and then the other side. One direction and then the other, noticing any differences. When you're finished with that, come into the deepest flexion of your hip. Look to the side, reach the arm, load the upper arm, and then roll. As you roll, the feet can come together here, but the knees remain apart and the spine stays aligned. I'm moving my hand out of the way so you can see that. From here, my whole thigh is loaded, my whole upper arm is loaded, and my spine is still in one straight line. Sometimes we can get a little relaxed when we come on the side, or we don't know where our head position is. Maintain this stability and then go through that 6-month position on the other side. Feel how the shoulder does a lot of work here. And then, after rocking back and forth a few times, just to the side, all the way up to the elbow. And then come back down. Maintain stability through the abdominal wall, length of the spine. Roll through 6-month position. On to the other side. Come down. And then, next round, come all the way up to the hand. 8-month developmental position. Loading down through the femur into the palm of the hand, and then reverse. All the way down and back. Feeling the work required to maintain really the posture and the joints. When you roll, the shoulder doesn't get to come here, the ribs don't come down to come up. You maintain that stability all the way through, up to the hand, come down, and then on the last one, after you come up to the hand, extend your legs out in front, sit in tall sit position. I've also heard this position called long sit, tall sit, high sit. You're going to sit. Pelvis. Feeling the support and the length of the spine. And from here, we're just going to work the movement of the limbs around the base of support. So arms overhead. You can take one arm, you can take 2 arms. Maybe your arms don't go all the way up because you get to a certain point and you lose the connection either of your shoulder or your alignment. Remember the pelvic floor, the thoracic diaphragm, the cervical diaphragm, and the cranial diaphragm. They're in one line. I create support and then I can maintain that line. One leg and then the other leg. And then try both legs off the ground. Arms overhead. And then if you want, try and lean away from the legs. Come back in. Legs down. And that is the first part of a movement prep. Go to the next video for part 2.